it's time to turn your iPhones on now, folks. And light up the skies here at Cairns International Speedway. We get set to send them 4 wide, and a salute to you, the fans. Thank you to all the sponsors, to all the officials, the volunteers, the local club, all the drivers, the crews and their families for making this event possible. We can do better than that. Let's turn some more lights on and light this place up as we get set to go 4 wide. In a salute to you, the fans, behind the Cairns International Speedway pace truck. What a magnificent field. Cairns, this is your class of 2021. May I have some noise? Absolutely magnificent field. Krang and Gary Pagel. Can Gary Pagel win his 6th Queensland title? What a performance that would be off the front row. Wave those iPhones around up there in turn 4 and on the main straight. As we get set, they get the signal from the officials to go 4 wide. What a sight in motorsport. Show your appreciation as they roll around. You have the best modified sedan drivers here tonight. Come on the pits, make some noise. These are your drivers on the back straight. What a field. And turn 3 and 4 on the main straight. You guys better get rowdy. Wave those iPhones around and make some noise. Show your appreciation. Doesn't get any better, does it? All right, let's get this job done. Well done, guys. Terrific job. And again, thank you to all the officials, the volunteers, and the local club, and all the sponsors. The Triple S Earth Moving Queensland title for 2021 is now only seconds away from getting underway. For the 3rd time in history, the Queensland Modified Sedan title is in Cairns. And we are ready to go. Krang and Pagel on the front row for Triple S Earth Moving, the Queensland title for 2021. It's time to roll up the sleeves and get after it. 24 cars for 40 laps. Let's go racing in the Queensland title. Krang through the middle opens the door for Jorgo, and Jorgensen has a look on the inside, and the little Cortina is going to size up and take the lead. Adam Jorgensen is a lap 1 leader in the Queensland title. We got all sorts of problems further back. Mick Shelford gets into the concrete, and he might be done. He comes to the infield and out of the event. We stay green, so Shelford's out. Lesson's up into position 3. Gary Pagel's gone back to 4th. Jorgensen runs high out of turn 2 that time, and Krang comes back at him on the bottom. Look at Josh Krang come back at Jorgensen here. 37 laps. Still to run here. 3 in the walk. Jorgensen, Krang, Lester, Pagel, Tim Weir, Shane McDonald, Nelson, David Head and Aidan Raymond, who's made a couple of positions already. Long race, plenty of laps to go. 36 in back as Krang comes back at Jorgensen here. Track pretty one lane at this particular junction. Crangy, and John O'Collins is out of the event with a flat front right tyre. Hard luck for John O'Collins. Flat front right tyre is out of the event. Brenton Scott gets through on Brett Baxter. Matt Nelson into the back of Shane McDonald. That's the battle for 6th and 7th on track, and Tangle is having a go at Nelson now. A couple of crabs doing it right there, isn't there, with Nelson, Tangles and Raymond. Jorgensen leads, a little untidy through the bottom as Krang gets into the left rear of Jorgensen. Jorgensen solid out in front here. Krang. Tim Weir on the inside of Gary Pagel. And Brendan Cowley, I reckon, slunched an engine in the spare car, and Brendan Cowley's going to the infield and out of the event. So Brendan Cowley's the third car to retire to the infield as Aidan Raymond goes upstairs for a move on David Head. Raymond trying to work upstairs. Can he sweep the track? Will anyone go up there with him and make a racetrack? So Raymond moves forward a position on David Head. And now our leaders, as Jorgensen untidy, and we're 3 wide for the lead. Crank comes back. Jorgensen fires down on the inside. They're behind Ogilvy. Look at your leaders. Darren Lester wants in on this. And Josh Crank takes back the lead. Jorgensen straight to the back of Ogilvy, the lap car. Gives him a what for and a big hurry up. Tim Weir's up in a position 4 now. And Darren Lester looks racy right now. Crank, your leader. Lester, Jorgensen under attack from Tim Weir. Gary Pagel's 5th. Shane McDonald. Then Matt Nelson, Aidan Raymond up in a position 8. David Hand and Brenton Scott, your top 10. Busy race. 12 laps down. 28 still to run here. And Krang starts to open back up a lead. The car is good right now. Lester, Scott Jorgensen swarming over his bumper. Jorgensen drives in on the bottom, grabs the brake, keeps the car nice and straight through the holes. And now got Tim Weir, who gives him a hurry up out of turn number 4. Gary Pagel on the bottom has Shane McDonald, Matt Nelson, Raymond upstairs in the loose stuff. Aidan's the only one that's really trying to make the top work. And he's not going to leave it to chance here. Jorgensen's done. Jorgensen spins to the infield. And we go yellow. Wow, big moment here in the motor race. 15 laps down and 25 to run, and Jorgensen's on the infield. Did he go himself or did he get a help? That is up to the officials to decide. Jorgensen pulls up to the officials. Wow, big moment here. Jorgensen led the race at one point. Krang come back at him. And Josh Krang is driving the wheels of this thing. Man, he's doing a good job out in front. Darren Lester looks equally strong behind. And the fully promoted Springwood, number 59 out of Brisbane. Defending Queensland champ Tim Weir is 3rd, and I'd say by the revolutions that Adam Jorgensen left the flag stand, he might be going to the back. A very big moment here in the motor race. So it's Krang, Lester, Weir, Pagel, Shane McDonald, Matt Nelson, Aidan Raymond's come from 12th. Scott, Tangles, Berkeley, Baxter, Nathan McDonald, Ty Francis, Brett Barron, Coomba, Pimenta. Back to Manly, Miles Gilroy, Ogilvy and Manley. And Jorgensen and Tim Weir were just having a little deliberation over third and fourth, and I can confirm Adam Jorgensen has been sent rear of the field. Wow, the crowd's gone nuts. Gary Pagel 5, Todd Doyle's won 4, Aidan Raymont's won 3, Len Kennedy 3, Greg Raymont 2, Mark Pagel 2, Gavin Fletcher 2, and Shane McDonald 2. We are set for the restart, 26 laps still to run for Triple S Earth Moving. Queensland title, Crangy to get after it, and we're underway. Raymont upstairs on Nelson. And here comes the 28. Aidan Raymont sails it in on the top. Raymont on the outside moves forward in another position. Look at Aidan Raymont tiptoe in the tulips on the outside. You have no idea. Oh, Pagel's broken. Oh, hard luck for Gary Pagel. He got in on the bottom and the front right broke. And the car turned right. And thankfully, no one collected him. Wow, that was a scary moment over there. You can see the front right has collapsed as he hit the rut in the entry to turn 3. That caused the car to turn right. And that's no fault of anyone's. Just one of those deals. And I reckon Nathan McDonald was potentially 6 centimetres away from destroying both cars. Man, that was close. Wow, how about the drive of Raymond on the top? And he's on the infield, getting checked over by our officials right now. Super Sedan title. Going to be an epic weekend at Mariba. And then we'll be back here in Cairns 2 weeks later for the double-header big sprint car show. But the Southerners are coming to play around Cairns International Speedway. So it's Crang, Lester, Weir, Raymont is 4th. Shane McDonald, Matt Nelson, Brenton Scott, David Head, Joel Berkeley, Baxter, McDonald, Francis, Coomber, Barron, Pimenta, Steve Manley, Jorgensen, Miles Gilroy, David Manley, and Shane Ogilvie. Brendan Cowley, John O'Collins and Mick Shelford are all in the infield and out of the event, along with Gary Pagel. Lights are out, we're set to go again for Triple S Earth Moving. 25 laps still to run here. We got an eternity to get this done. And Josh Crang has them all behind him. Here we go, Cairns. We're back underway. Raymont has a look on the outside, switches back to the bottom. Crang gets ugly over the bumps. And Aidan Raymont up on the inside into position number 3. Aidan Raymont is absolutely motoring. Right behind Darren Lester now. As they bounce through the ruts in 3 and 4, the track's starting to really rut up, which is creating massive passing opportunities for all the drivers. Crang from Leicester, Raymont, Tim Weir, Shane McDonald, Matt Nelson, David Head, Berkeley, Brent Scott, Baxter, Nathan McDonald. A ripping motor race here for Triple S Earth Moving in the Queensland title for 2021. Crangy mid-track, Leicester on the bottom, Raymont back upstairs, trying to sweep the racetrack off. Leicester wasn't decent off turn 2 and Raymont sneaks on the inside. And Aidan Raymont moves into position number 2. And could you please turn your hazards off on the back straight immediately? Crang from Raymont, Leicester, Shane McDonald, Tim Weir has dropped back to 5th. Matt Nelson 6th. David Head, Brenton Scott. Manley comes to the infield and out of the event. And Josh Crank leads the Queensland title. Raymond up on the inside. 18 laps to run. Crank was tied through 1 and 2 that time. Raymond is there. That's why Crank's starting to struggle through the bumps. He's a little too tight. The car wants to turn to the fence. Raymond circles on his outside as Joel Berkeley comes to the infield. Raymond on the outside, side by side for the lead. 17 laps to run, and Aidan Raymond, you, my friend, are a freak of nature. From position 12, three-time Queensland champ, former national number 1. Takes control of the race after a brilliant drive. Crangy second, Lester. Shane McDonald's third. Tim Weir is 4th. Ogilvy down on, and it's all push and shove behind as they gravelled up right behind Ogilvy, the lap car who goes a couple laps down now. So Lester's now second and found some pace in open air. Look at the pace for Darren Lester now, he's got some open air. Crangy's third, Tim Weir and Shane McDonald. Tangle's up into position 6. Oh, Raymond's done. Aidan Raymond's done. I reckon he's flat tyre. Raymond has done a tyre and he is out of the event. Wow. Darren Lester, your race leader now. Yep. Flat left rear for Aidan Raymond, and he comes to the infield. It'll be another one that gets away from Aidan Raymond. Lester, your leader though, and looks impressive. Krang is second, 2-time Queensland champ Shane McDonald. Up into position 3, Tim Weir is 4th. David Head is 5th. Nelson 6th, Brenton Scott, Baxter, Nathan McDonald, Pimenta, Manley, Jorgensen. Ogilvy is a lap car, so it's Francis and Barron, then Miles Gilroy. 9 laps remaining here. Leicester leads, they're going to catch some more back markers before this one goes out if it stays green. And Crangy closes back in on Darren Lester. Lester, Krang, Shane McDonald, Tim Weir and Tingles. Crangy blows it right in behind Darren Lester. We're game on. 7.5 laps to run here. Lester, the narrowest of margins over Josh Krang. Krang on the inside, sizes up, side by side. Krang to the lead. And Josh Krang takes the lead. Lester gets the break to avoid the concrete. And Shane McDonald comes in. Lester. Shane McDonald in a position 2 now. Lester comes back and McDonald, what a terrific race. Krang upstairs. Lester through the hay diddle. And Shane McDonald is 3rd. McDonald, and we're yellow for Brett Baxter in turn number 3. Wow, what a motor race, Cairns. This is a fantastic division of Speedway. These are purpose-built race cars. And you're watching the finest go around. And we thank you, Cairns, for having us. Crank, Lester, McDonald, let's get after it. 6 laps remaining for Triple S Earth moving the Queensland title. There's a few more twists and turns in this, I reckon. Crank takes us back underway. Tiny on the bottom, pokes the wheel. Lester right behind. McDonald's there. Lester gets up on the inside. McDonald will sit there and watch. He'll see what happens. McDonald goes upstairs on Lester. Lester's good on the bottom, but Crank checks out a couple of car lengths. Oh, McDonald ups in the loose stuff. And Shane McDonald's gone back to position 4. Tim Weir through to position 3. They're throwing caution to the wind now. It'll be 4 laps remaining for Josh Crank. Shane McDonald gets back through on Tim Weir, then moves into position 3. I reckon Shane McDonald's the fastest car on the racetrack, but just can't make it work right now. Lester comes back at Krang, 3 to run. Lester's good right now. And Crangy just needs to be perfect. He's got to drive the best 2 laps of his life. Krang for J&B Pest Control. Sunshine Coast number 23. Car runners Jeff and Beck Smith out of Mackay. Crangy from Gympie will get the white flag for Triple S Earth Moving in the Queensland title. Crangy leader. Lester second. Shane McDonald. Weir and Tangles. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Josh Crank take a bow. He wins the Queensland title. Lester home in second. Shane McDonald third. Tim Weir a lottery further back as Tangles and Pimenta end up in the fence. It's dislodged the bonnet. Josh Crang, Lester McDonald, Weir, David Head, your top 5. Cairns, can I have some noise for your new Queensland champ, Josh Crang? What a performance. Ripper job by Crangy. Make some noise as he rolls past the new Queensland champ, Josh Crang. That'll be a popular win. So final placings even, Josh Crang, Lester, Shane McDonald, Tim Weir 4th, David Head 5th, Matt Nelson, Rodney Pimenta, Brenton Scott, Brett Barron, Ty Francis 10th, Miles Gilroy, Nathan McDonald, Adam Jorgensen, Dave Manley, Ogilvy 15th, and then the non-finishers Baxter, Raymont, Coomber, Berkeley, Manley, Gary Pagel, Cowley, John O'Collins, Mick Shelford. What a job. Come on, up in turns 3 and 4, make plenty of noise for Josh Crang.
Yeah.